was the idea to bring you in as Glacier to WWE, or would you be doing something different?
No, ironically, and the funny thing is, I've gotten just the last 2 years to really get to know Kevin Kelly. And Kevin Kelly was working in the office at the time, and I think Kevin is still now doing commentary for New Japan. But they contacted me, and actually, on the advice of Terry Taylor, who's been a great friend of mine forever. And anybody knows wrestling knows Terry Taylor, and he is now one of the head coaches down at the Performance Center for WWE. Yeah. And at this time, he was with them. Or he was actually with WCW, and so they wanted me when we were bought out. They wanted me to. I was corresponding with Kevin Kelly, and they wanted me to send a tape. And so I consulted Terry Taylor about what I should put together. And back then it was still VHS tapes, and he came up with a great idea. He said, what I would do is, if I were you, I would pitch. As Coach Buzz Stern, I would pitch Ray Lloyd in a highlight reel as Glacier. And he said, just show him some versatility. And I did that. And I remember when Kevin Kelly called me, he said, hey, that video was really good. He says, was that you in the beginning? With the coach, is that you too? I mean, they weren't even sure. So I realized, okay, well, I earned some points there, with creativity. And then they made me an offer. And based on my, both, a lot of people know this too, that I come from a very, very, strong law enforcement family. Both of my parents were career law enforcement. My twin brother was. My two uncles were. They got wind of that, and so they had pitched an idea to me about doing a state trooper type gimmick, and it was interesting to me. It really was. But my dad had a legendary career in the state of Georgia as a state trooper, and my mom did too. And it was just one of those things where, I didn't really want to get that personal. I didn't want to bring that much personal stuff into the wrestling business, because in the wrestling business, they have the power to do whatever they want to do with whatever your gimmick is. And I really didn't feel, and that's nothing against WWE or anybody. It really isn't. It's just that to me, that was too close and personal to me to put into the wrestling business. And really, at the end of the day, I mainly turned them down because I was tired of being on the road. And first of all, like I said, it wasn't a great offer they were offering me anyway, because they didn't have to offer any of us great deals at that point. They were holding all the cards. I mean, it was a respectable offer, and I really appreciated it, because there was a lot of people they didn't talk to. So I was really, really thankful that I was one of the ones that they were talking to. But at the end of the day, and I still could have, it was a very good deal in the sense of compared to what indie wrestlers were making, certainly. But it was, I was engaged at the time, and I was looking to try to start that chapter of my life of, maybe settling down a little bit, not traveling as much. And like I said, my childhood hero had asked me to become his right-hand guy. And that was something that thrilled me beyond words. And it was just seemed like a much better deal. It just the timing, Dallas always has a great saying, give me talent, luck, or timing. Take timing every time. And that's what the timing to me didn't feel right. And I look back on it now, and people sometimes go, maybe you turn down the opportunity that you would have had a career where you worked for both companies at the end of it. Yeah, you know what? I would love to have done that. But also I look back at what people have to remember during that time. There was a lot of uncertainty, with one major power company going under, and anybody that was being brought on board, you weren't really sure what they were going to try to do with you. And so I was, because of the other things that seemed a little bit more certain to me, I went that way, and I can honestly say I've never regretted it. Sure, I would have loved to have had a great run in WWE or had any run at WWE, but I don't regret it at all. I mean, the decision I made to work alongside Dusty for those 4 years was life changing. I mean, and just like I said, I ask anybody, just think of who your childhood hero was, and imagine putting yourself in my shoes. I have my childhood hero who's asking me to be his right hand guy, and I mean that goes beyond words as to how thrilled I was to be in that position.